Hey, Luxo lovers! Want to know the small talk hack that instantly makes you more likable? In the next few minutes, you'll discover a new way to feel relaxed in any conversation. You'll learn how to stay calm in any conversation and help others feel at ease. Stick around until the end because you'll pick up tips that can lead to genuine connections and memorable first impressions. We'll show you how to start a chat, keep it going, and feel confident before you say anything. Show some support to Luxo-Life and let's get started. Why small talk feels awkward and how to fix it. Before we jump into any details, let's first tackle why small talk can feel so uncomfortable. Many of us worry we'll say the wrong thing or appear dull, which makes us overthink every word. We might feel pressure to impress, so we end up freezing or sharing too little. Sometimes it's also about not knowing how to start, and that uncertainty creates tension in social settings. A big reason small talk feels awkward is the fear of judgment. We want to sound interesting but fear coming off as boring or fake. When we focus too much on what others think, our conversations become stiff and unnatural. Another challenge is that we sometimes feel we have nothing meaningful to say, which adds even more pressure to find the perfect topic. The best way to fix this is by choosing subjects you genuinely care about or by observing what's around you. When you comment on shared surroundings, the conversation flows better and feels more natural. The simple act of noticing details, like a painting on the wall or a dish at a gathering, can help you both relax and show real interest in what's happening in the moment. One more useful tip is to drop the idea that small talk is a test you must pass. It's just a chance to connect, even if only for a brief moment. If you focus on genuine curiosity and easygoing questions, you'll find that you can speak more freely. Over time, these small but meaningful changes can make any quick chat feel friendlier and less forced. The 3 key factors that influence first impressions. Now, let's talk about the 3 key factors that shape first impressions. Whether we realize it or not, people form opinions about us within seconds. And it's not just about what we say, it's about how we present ourselves. From the way we dress to the way we carry ourselves, small details can make a big difference in how others perceive us. If you've ever wondered why some people instantly seem confident and approachable, it often comes down to 3 things: appearance, vocal tone, and energy. The first factor is appearance, and energy. The first factor is appearance, and no. This doesn't mean you need to dress like a celebrity. It's simply about looking put together and being mindful of your body language. When you dress appropriately for the situation, you automatically feel more confident, and that confidence shows. At the same time, your posture, eye contact, and the way you move can either draw people in or push them away. Standing tall, keeping an open stance, and offering a genuine smile can make you instantly more approachable. Next is vocal tone, which plays a huge role in how likable and engaging you sound. The way you say something matters just as much as the words themselves. A monotone voice can come across as uninterested or even rude, while a warm, expressive tone makes conversations feel more natural and enjoyable. The key is to sound engaged and relaxed, like you actually enjoy talking to the person in front of you. Small changes, like adding a little enthusiasm or slowing down your speech, can completely change how people respond to you. And finally, there's energy, which isn't about being overly excited, but about bringing a positive and inviting presence to a conversation. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good. If you approach a conversation with enthusiasm and genuine interest, others will feel it. On the other hand, if your energy is low, the conversation will feel dull and forced. When you focus on being present and engaged, people will naturally enjoy talking to you, and that's what makes a lasting impression. The #1 small talk hack to instantly make you more likable. Now that you know the factors that influence first impressions, it's time to reveal the #1 small talk hack to instantly make you more likable. Instead of struggling to come up with the perfect thing to say, the easiest way to start a conversation is by making an observational comment. This means paying attention to what's happening around you and using it as a natural conversation starter. It takes the pressure off thinking of a clever question and makes the interaction feel more effortless and organic. One of the best things about this technique is that you always have something to talk about. You can mention the surroundings, like "This cafe has such a cool vibe, don't you think?" Or you can bring up a mutual experience, like "That meeting was a lot more interesting than I expected." Even something as simple as complimenting someone's attire. "That jacket is awesome. Where did you get it?" can smoothly kick off a conversation. These small observations make interactions feel more natural because they're based on something real and present in the moment. This approach works better than generic questions because it keeps the conversation from feeling forced. Instead of asking something predictable like, "So, what do you do?" or "Where are you from?" which can sometimes feel robotic, observational conversation starters make the other person feel seen. It creates an instant connection because it shows you're engaged with your surroundings and not just running through a script. People are more likely to respond with enthusiasm when they feel the conversation is genuine. How self-fulfilling prophecies shape small talk success. Now, let's talk about how self-fulfilling prophecies can shape your success in small talk. The way you think about yourself in social situations plays a huge role in how others respond to you. If you go into a conversation believing you're awkward or uninteresting, that mindset will reflect in the way you speak, act, and carry yourself. On the other hand, if you believe you're engaging and fun to talk to, that confidence naturally comes through, and people will pick up on it. Your mindset is like a mirror. When you expect conversations to be uncomfortable, your body language, tone, and energy show hesitation, making others feel the same way. But when you believe in your ability to have a good conversation, you carry yourself differently. You relax, you smile more, and you listen better. That positive energy makes people feel at ease, which instantly makes small talk more enjoyable. It's not about forcing confidence. It's about recognizing that the way you see yourself shapes how others. The best part? Believing in your social skills actually improves them. When you trust that you're good at conversations, you naturally act in a way that confirms it. You speak with more enthusiasm, make better eye contact, and respond in a way that keeps the conversation flowing. People react to that energy by being more engaged, which reinforces your belief that you're great at small talk. It's a cycle, one that starts with shifting your mindset. Simple techniques to keep the conversation flowing. Here are some simple techniques to help keep any conversation flowing naturally. One of the biggest mistakes people make is focusing too much on what to say next instead of actually listening. This is where active listening and body language come in. Nodding, maintaining good eye contact, and reacting naturally to what the other person says, like smiling or leaning in slightly, shows that you're engaged. When someone feels heard, they're more likely to open up, making the conversation feel effortless instead of forced. Another way to keep things flowing is by asking open-ended questions instead of closed-ended ones. A closed-ended question is something like, "Did you have a good weekend?" which only requires a yes or no answer, but an open-ended question like, "What was the best part of your weekend?" invites the other person to share more details, leading to a richer conversation. This small shift makes a big difference in keeping things engaging rather than hitting dead ends. Mirroring and matching are also great ways to build a strong connection without saying much at all. Mirroring is when you subtly match the other person's energy, tone, or gestures. If they're relaxed and speaking softly, responding in a similar way makes the interaction feel more natural. If they're enthusiastic and expressive, reflecting some of that energy helps create an instant connection. People are naturally drawn to those who feel familiar, and this technique helps build that sense of comfort effortlessly. Common mistakes that make small talk feel awkward. There are also some common mistakes that make small talk feel awkward and uncomfortable. Many people think they struggle with conversations because they're not interesting enough, but in reality, it's usually small habits that create that awkwardness. The good news, once you're aware of these mistakes, they're easy to fix. One of the biggest mistakes is overthinking responses. Instead of letting the conversation flow naturally, some people analyze every word before they speak, trying to find the perfect thing to say. This makes interactions feel stiff and unnatural. The truth is, small talk isn't about saying something groundbreaking. It's about engagement. If you stop worrying about sounding impressive and focus on responding naturally, you'll feel more relaxed, and so will the person you're talking to. Another mistake is not being present in the moment. Instead of truly listening, some people are too busy thinking about what they'll say next or worrying about how they're coming across. This creates a disconnect because the conversation doesn't feel genuine. When you fully focus on the person in front of you, really listening, making eye contact, and reacting in the moment, the interaction becomes much more enjoyable and effortless. The last mistake is using conversation fillers that don't add value. Phrases like, so yeah, or anyway can make you seem unsure or disengaged. While fillers are natural in speech, using them too much can weaken your presence in a conversation. Instead, try pausing for a second before responding. A short silence is always better than meaningless words. By avoiding these common mistakes, you'll make small talk feel more natural, more enjoyable, and a whole lot less awkward. Bonus: a small talk formula for effortless conversations. Before we end, here's a simple small talk formula that makes conversations feel effortless from start to finish. First, start with an observational opener. Comment on something happening around you, like the setting, a shared experience, or even the other person's attire. This makes the conversation feel natural rather than forced. Once the conversation begins, keep it flowing with open-ended questions that encourage the other person to share more. At the same time, use active listening, maintain eye contact, and react genuinely to what they say. This helps create a smooth and engaging exchange without feeling like an interview. When it's time to wrap things up, the key is to exit the conversation smoothly instead of letting it fade into awkward silence. A great way to do this is by summarizing the chat and leaving on a positive note. You can say something like, "It was great talking with you. I'll have to check out that restaurant you mentioned." This not only makes your exit feel natural, but also leaves a lasting impression. Whether it's a quick chat with a stranger or a networking event, following this simple formula makes conversations flow easily, feel engaging, and end without any awkwardness. And that's a wrap. We hope you picked up something valuable today. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Try out your small talk skills in the comments and share it with someone who could use these tips. If you're new to Luxo-Life, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss out. Until next time, Luxo lovers, keep the conversations flowing.